this has around 18 slides, so I will be just explaining and elaborating about the definitions and the basic concepts and the reasons behind use of open educational resources. So you can, for 10-15 minutes, you can sit back and just observe the PowerPoint. You can ask me questions intermittently. Just unmute yourself and you can ask your questions. And I plan to use the PowerPoint, as well as I plan to demonstrate certain tools where you can curate open educational resources. You can also create a complete standalone open educational resources, or in short OER, for your content also. So we'll learn about the licenses and how open educational resources and materials can be used, in what ways we can apply them, modify them, and distribute and share along with our students and fellow teachers. So coming to the basics of OER, what are open educational resources? Open educational resources, as defined by Hewlett Foundation, so they are a pioneer in sponsoring and taking this OER movement in many institutions, and they are still sponsoring many projects, and it is creating ripples and impact on the students' learning. And also it reduces, there are research evidence that the sponsorship of the projects have found that use of OER as well as implementation of OER has significantly impacting the dropout rates. In a sense, when the OER is implemented and used, the engagement level increases, thereby the dropout in a course reduces. So as defined by Hewlett Foundation, OER are teaching, learning and research resources that reside in public domain and are released under an intellectual property license that permits their free use and repurposing by others. Kindly excuse me for my delivery, because I take some time and also a little bit personally disturbed also. So kindly just I will be in my normal delivery mode. I myself feel that the delivery is little sad because
No
of my
problem, sir. It is clear, sir. It is clear and to the point, sir. No problem. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
No problem.
So what are open educational resources? OER are teaching, learning and research resources that reside in the public domain or are released under an intellectual property license that permits their free use and repurposing by others. So this is the definition by Hewlett Foundation. Likewise, UNESCO is also a pioneer and taking forward the OER movement in a larger way. And the third organization that is creating significant impact in facilitating usage of OER is COL, that is Commonwealth of Learning. So this is sponsored by another wing by United Nations, and they are propagating the use of open educational resources. So there are 5 R's and 5 permissions related to OER: retain, reuse, revise, remix and redistribute. Under retain, we can make our own copies of any material that we find on the internet, but it is under the permission.
Sir, excuse, sir.
Sir, excuse me, sir. Slides
Yes,
are
yes,
not
sir.
coming. Slides
Slides
are
are
not
not
coming, sir. Only first slide is there, sir. The other slides are not coming, sir.
Slides not visible, sir?
Not
Only
visible,
first
sir.
slide is there, sir. Yeah,
Now it is visible.
okay.
Now it is visible, sir.
Is it visible now, sir?
Yeah, now it is okay.
Yes, sir. Now it is visible, sir.
Now?
Yes, sir. Now it is visible, sir. It is visible, full screen visible, sir.
It's okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
This one, sir?
Visible,
Okay,
sir. Visible, sir.
Okay, visible.
Visible, sir.
My laptop is under repair, so I'm using a new system. So please tell me whether my audio and my visual is
Definitely, sir.
clear. And
Definitely,
also
sir.
I'll be playing some videos, and also tell me whether the
Sir, good
video
afternoon,
audio
sir.
is. Yes,
Sir,
madam.
unable to hear, sir.
No,
Just
madam. For us, it is
Sir?
okay, sir. For us, it is your voice is clear, sir. Very
Okay.
clear, sir.
madam, please check your side, madam.
Oh,
Please check from your side, madam.
Yes, sir.
Is it okay now? Are you able to hear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's okay, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Perfectly okay, sir.
Madam, are you able to hear me? I think she is not able to hear. That's why she is not responding.
sir, little is coming, sir.
Madam?
But it is clear, sir.
Little is coming, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, madam. Freshly, I got my first memo. So that's the sadness for my delivery.
Sir, excuse me, sir. This is first page, no, sir. What are the open educational resources?
This is the first page, madam.
Yes, sir. And second page is that one.
Yes, madam.
And yes, sir. This.
Are you able to see this, madam?
Yes, sir. OER basics.
Okay, madam.
Next to that one, sir.
Shall I continue?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please continue, sir.
So how to use OER? What are the permissions given for users on the internet to use OER? Broadly, it is classified by 5 R's. This is propagated by Professor David Wiley. He was associate professor in a university, Brigham Young University
excuse,
in
sir.
US.
Excuse, sir. Please,
Yes,
that
madam.
5 hour slide is not there, sir. 5 hour slide is not there.
5 hour slide. What slide it is visible for you?
OER basics. OER basics.
Our basics with the first slide. Only first slide, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And now it is.
The 5 hour permissions of OER.
Okay, I think I have a issue with my slide because let me some important updates it is saying. If I update it,
better don't use that slideshow, sir. Now I think it will.
that's a good idea, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I think this will be much better.
Yes, sir. It's good, sir.
Okay. So now,
Yes, sir.
yes, madam. Coming to the different permissions given for usage of OER, there are 5 R's as propagated by Professor David Wiley. He is a professor, associate professor in the Brigham Young University, US, and he is also the founder of Lumen Learning. So you can see in the page, this slide is this image is designed by Lumen Learning, and according to the 5 R's, we can retain, reuse, revise, remix, and redistribute. What is retain? We can make our own copy, we can download it, we can have our own store where we can have the OER and later on use it. So the reuse is the second R, where it gives us the wide range of ways we can use it. We can whatever we are storing or downloading in our system, we can use it as a video, as part of our web page, or as part of our blog, or a reading material for our learners under the reuse option. Under the third option, revise, we can adapt, modify, and improve upon the learning material. So it gives us the freedom to slightly revise it. Say, for example, a color image can be made into a black and white and vice versa. Maybe modify certain chapters in a book instead of 5 units, we can edit it into a 3 unit or 2 unit chapter. So such minor changes or adaptations according to our curriculum or according to our need, we can do. That is under the revise option. The remix option is completely a revamp of the open educational material, where we have the original OER material. We can club other OER materials together and use a mashup technique and create something new. So this is a complete overhaul of the OER from the original version. So this is called remixing of OER material, and we can combine 2 or more OER materials. It can be under different licenses and all. So in a couple of minutes, I will just explain about what are the different types of license. Finally, we have the redistribute, where it gives us the permission to share the open educational material to others. So these are the 5 R's related to open educational resources: retain, revise, reuse, revise, remix, and redistribute. So this is in a hierarchy. So there is a process. First we retain it, and then we reuse it, and we make slight modifications, that is revision, and then we mash it up and create something new. We make our own derivatives, that is remixing, and finally we share with our students and with our colleagues under the redistribute option. So having learned the basic concepts and about the permissions related to OER, we'll dwell further about open educational resources. So why to use OER? What is the purpose of OER? We all know that it is free, it is easily available, but as a teacher, how we can help students to find, use, and be benefited from OER? So first is why open matters. This whole concept of OER is based upon open education, where the barriers to education like accessibility, financial barrier, emotional barrier, social system barrier, so a lot of barriers are there for students to towards education, towards achieving education. So there are various reasons why the enrollment ratio is low, why the students are dropping out, why the students are, though they are coming, they are not engaged with the content. So these hurdles or barriers matters, and they make a big difference to the taxpayers who pays the education of the country. So in that sense, the open education is relevant to use of OER. When it comes to why it matters, the textbook at 6% annually. So there are various comparisons. So here we have educational books, medical services, and please mind the timeline. It is 2013. This is the data, and still this we have to check whether this is prevalent or not. Till 2013, the educational books was costing very high, and it was really difficult for students when comparing to the other services like medical services, new purchase of homes, and consumer price index. Everything is lying below, and except for the educational books is climbing up as a Mount Everest. So this purchase or this financial barrier to purchase a textbook plays a vital role in whether a student has to continue their education, whether a student will be engaged in education, and how much he scores, and various other success metrics in education. So all the success metrics in education depends mostly on whether the student is having a textbook when he comes to the class. As a survey conducted by a community college in 2016, the cost of required textbooks, has it ever cost? What are the impact of the cost of textbooks? So 31% have taken fewer classes, 27% don't register for a specific course, 16% drop or withdraw from a course, and around 40% don't purchase textbooks. 76% purchase books elsewhere. So elsewhere means they borrow or they get a get it from their other peers or seniors, or they take older versions, they get it from somehow or other, they purchase a book. Otherwise they won't follow the classes that is going on, and they may in due course of time may lag interest on that and get lower scores. And other things like 22% they use from library, 32% they share from friends and classmates. So some of the other things are they illegally download, maybe the copyright infringement may occur. So this is the situation when it comes to the higher cost of textbooks. It's not just textbooks. The other comparison between Walmart, eBay, Starbucks, and other MNCs, you can see the publication industry. So Springer, Elsevier, Taylor and Francis, and Wiley, book publication industry, and the reds are all publication industry. And you can see here they are equally with the MNCs that are prospering economically. So this data is from 2007 to 2008. Why does it matter to students? What is the use of OER? The use of OER saves money. Students, they can own their own textbook. They can have a good solid support for their for constructing their learning and understanding. The online versions are much update, and they are lesser in cost also when compared to the print form. And the books are accessible since the start of the class. This is very important, because if they are not coming with the class to the class with the textbook, they may disengage, as I said before. Students have access to the book right away. So my book is back ordered in the mail, out of stock, the wrong edition, on hold until my student loan arrives. So a lot of reasons why they don't have a book right away when the class starts. So as a teacher, as a faculty, we can customize a textbook. We can see to that those who are not in a position to purchase, we can have an online copy of it where it is freely available, and put it on the learning management system. And the content can better serve a particular student's population, and opportunities to collaborate with others in the discipline. And it also encourages open pedagogy, where students can help to create content. So here the students not only consume the learning, but also become a creator through the effective learning, and they join the teacher in curating and creating and maintaining learning management resources. So this OpenStack CNX is a very good portal for getting and finding OER material. So most of the materials are customizable. They are under the revise, remix, reuse, retain, and redistribute aspect. So we will see how certain web portals are facilitating use of OER. So opportunities for greater representation and inclusiveness. So this is very important when we are comparing with the 2030 United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. So let me just move on to SDG goals. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir. We are able to see this.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, brother. So these are United Nations 17 goals related to the sustainable development goals. So many countries, more than 100 countries have participated, and they have taken very measurable steps to achieve these goals. Previous to 2015, it was called as MDG, Millennium Development Goals, and there were lesser goals to be achieved by each country. So number 1 is no poverty. Number 2, zero hunger. Goal 3, good health and well-being. Goal 4 is quality education. Goal 5, gender equality. Goal 6, clean water and sanitation. Goal 7, affordable and clean energy. Goal 8, decent work and economic growth. Goal 9, industry, innovation and infrastructure. Goal 10, reduced inequality. Goal 11, sustainable cities and communities. Goal 12, responsible consumption and production. Goal 13, climate action. Goal 14, life below water. Goal 15, life on land. Goal 16, peace, justice and strong institution. Goal 17, partnership for the goals. So these are the goals that are interlinked, and action plans are drawn by various countries to achieve these goals. And as a faculty and who are working for the society, for the upliftment of students in student population, the goal 4 is the targets are linked to other goals also, like good health and well-being is so indirectly or indirectly linked to the quality education aspect also. So the goal 4, one of the targets are use of open educational resources in school level, polytechnic level, in technical institution level, as well as in engineering and technology level. So they have propagated the use of OER to facilitate quality and accessibility in education. So this is how various organizations like UNESCO, United Nations, and Commonwealth of Learning, and Hewlett Foundation, they are propagating the use of OER. And by using OER, there is greater representation and inclusion in the population. This is a case study. So there is an opportunity for collaboration when we curate a book with others. So this is conducted as an experiment in BC, that is British Columbia University in Canada. And for 2 days, 17 psychology faculty members from 6 institutions, they came together and collaborated and created 850 questions as a question bank. They created for a psychology test as a test bank. And it was a very fantastic collaborative experience for those faculty members. So this is the strength of collaboration, and how beautiful outputs can be created is the study. As we see on the slide, just to iterate and refresh your verbs related to the Bloom's taxonomy. Here we see the revised Bloom's taxonomy, which starts with remind, understand, apply, analyze, evaluate, and create. So these are the 6 steps involved in achieving the learning goals. So open pedagogy in some way or other facilitates various learning opportunities for the students to understand better, to engage with the content. So as you can see here, the different verbs related to the 6 levels of Bloom's taxonomy are projected here, just to help teachers to develop material to each level, and that facilitates better learning. So when it comes to quality, as I said, accessibility and quality is very important. This BC campus has conducted a study on use of traditional textbooks, open print and open digital. Open print means they have a editable version of the textbook, and the students they can choose what chapters they want, and they can order for a print material after customizing the number of pages and number of units they want. So likewise, we can also try it out with Wikipedia also. Let me just show you how to create our own customized learning material. Wikipedia is one good example for open educational resources. So to the left, we have various navigations. The main page is there, contribute, tools, print and export, other projects are there. So under print and export, I'm just zooming in. We have download PDF and printable version. So here we can download PDF of the main page. So the main page can be downloaded.
Sir, excuse sir, it is not downloading. Once again, please click that download, sir.
Yes, madam, it has downloaded.
It is not appearing, sir.
Yeah, I'm able to open it.
Yeah. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. So this is the PDF of today's main page. So likewise, I can take a printout. I can download it as a PDF. Say for example, I want a OER. So there are various pages. I click to open educational resource page. And this is the page I want to access. So this page tells about quite a lot of things about OER. As the definition says, it has to reside in the public domain. They are freely accessible and openly licensed, where freedom to remix, improve, and redistribute permissions are given under certain licenses. And this logo is related to the UNESCO's global OER logo. So just I'll scroll so we'll understand much better. So there are history, advantages, disadvantages, licensing and its types, policy is not much needed for our learning, and OER practices, that is open educational practices, and how OER can be supported by institutions. What are the international programs that is run and supported by various philanthropists like Hewlett Foundation. So these are the pages.
Sir, excuse sir. Sir, one minute. Sir, can we explain all these things online to our students when we are teaching online? Through this?
This is, you want to explain to your students, madam?
Yes, sir. Directly while explaining the class.
Yeah.
Can we?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Is there any issue, madam? What is your viewpoint, madam? I think you have some point to make. Please.
When we are explaining to the students, can we download whatever you have explaining us, either 1 or 2 or 3 like that? Contents are there, no, sir?
Yes, madam.
From this website, we can download and explain to the students directly.
Yes, madam.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
You feel that they may be discouraged to see this page, madam?
Yes, sir. It is
yes, for your students, maybe you can curtail it and you can make it PowerPoint and show it. But since as we know it's adult learning, I suppose you will be very much interested, not bored by the visual page. Because as faculties, we are quite a lot of lifelong learning steps we take.
Yes, sir.
We have to read more content daily. So, and definitely as we get more experience, we'll see to that we are not so particular. You are right. As instructional materials, they will say when we see couple of lines, it may be discouraging and they may switch off their monitor. That is 100% right. But let me see whether because this gives an exhaustive content. This page, though visually it is not so engaging, more textual content is there. 100% right, I agree with you. But thing is, I presume that from the 4 days which I saw the interactions you make, you are more knowledgeable, you are more understandable and very agile in your learning. So I think that you, by motivation only, you are hearing me. Otherwise, you can just ignore the online part which is taken now. But I 100% feel those who are present here, they are cleanly watching and observing. So I may not bother about, because I am teaching to myself now. See, it is like learning. I'm not a teacher. I'm a learner now. So since this page is very exhaustive, I want to explore further a lot of things that can be
Thank
learned.
you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sorry, sorry,
Excuse
I
me, sir.
elaborated. Okay, so now when come to as we said in the PPT, we saw with the William Flora Hewlett Foundation, they gave the definition. It starts with the definition what OER is, and also the different 5R
Excuse me,
activity
sir.
of OER. And this is very important. Why I'm showing this boring content also, this gives some additional, you may agree 100%. I wanted to just copy it and put it as a slide, but maybe I was still preparing for the session. I did not get the time to copy and paste, but I used it in a quiz. I planned a quiz for this session, so I used it for the quiz part. So here it says the 5R activity as proposed by Professor David Wiley is that the retain is there, but please concentrate on these words. What is retain? It is associated with download, duplicate, store, and manage. In my lecture, if you just rewind, I hope it is recording. Yeah, it is recording.
Yes,
So
sir.
when in my lecture I have used only two words, that is download and store. So whenever the retain word comes, it is to simplify your understanding. It is giving permission to duplicate, to store, and manage. Okay. So retain is related to four words: download, duplicate, store, and manage. Likewise, reuse is related to use in class, use in study group, use on a website, and use in a video. If you remember, I have used only two. I could recollect at a go only two. But this material may be helpful for everyone to understand. Though as a presenter, I may fail, but as a teacher, I help you to understand the complete four words related to reuse. You can use the OER in class, you can use it in study group, you can use it on website, as well as you can use it in video. The third one, revise, is related to translating the content into another language. Suppose a video, YouTube video is there on a content that can be translated in your vernacular language. For students who have language barriers, that can be calculated, that can be translated, and it comes under the revise. So minimum revision is there. The remix is where we incorporate the content into a mashup. Just remember, I have used this word mashup in my explanation in that slide when I was showing the PPT. The redistribute is where we give copyright of the content to a friend. We are sharing the content. Okay. So the other player which propagates OER is Organization for Economic Cooperation and
Cooperation
Development,
and
and they
development.
have given a good definition of what OECD is. What is the difference between these different organizations and their understanding of OER is how to use the content. What materials can be called as OER? Suppose the material is under the public domain, most of the organizations are saying that it can be called as OER. So this is the one. And as I said, Wikipedia, Wikiversity, that is the sister project of Wikipedia. Wiki educators, they are involved in creating and curating open educational resources. And as I said, COL, the COL is an intergovernmental organization of the Commonwealth, headquartered in Metro, Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, and working collaboratively with government and non-governmental organizations and other institutions in the Commonwealth. So this is the introduction of what Commonwealth of Learning. So the organizations are OECD, UNESCO, COL, Wikipedia. So all these are players, main players in OER. So what are the definitions and what are the comparison and differences in the definition is what is the nature of resource. So they are
Resources.
talking about three things: the nature of resource, the source of resource, and the level of openness. Based on these three criterias, all the organizations above which we have discussed, they differ and they also concur together. So the materials that come under OER are, it can be a lesson plan, quizzes, syllabi, a instructional module,
Opens.
simulations, etc. So these are the types of so other things which I want to give is the advantage and disadvantage. Let me start with this is the history. So most of the OER was taught by people who are involved in open and distance learning. So this is the terminology ODL that is related to the OER. And also FOSS, we have learned yesterday what FOSS is, free and open source software. So for FOSS also, this OER is a common aspect where they collaborate with peers and they feel free to share their knowledge. And as I said, David Wiley in 1998 he's the chief academic officer of Lumen Learning, and he's a fellow at Creative Commons. This is a non-governmental organization which facilitates CC licenses, and is a former adjunct faculty at the Brigham Young University. And he's the father of that 5 hours of OER. So other repositories where we can find is OpenStack CNX. This is connections previously known as this platform. It is facilitated by Rice University, and it gives various educational resources free of charge, which gives permission to remix and re-edit also. MIT OCW is most of you have heard it. It is a Massachusetts Institute of Technology open courseware, and this project was announced in April 4, 2001, and they use extensively the Creative Commons licenses for giving permissions to others, other faculty members and other learners when it comes to usage of MIT resource. So let me just break the monotony. So I have jumped from the PPT, I have jumped from the wiki page. Now I am just demonstrating what MIT OCW, as we are studying about the MIT OCW.
MIT
When it comes to
OCW.
MIT OCW, we can find various resources, and there are special sections for educators. The Chalk Radio podcast is there, educators portal is there, and insights shared by different instructors are there. So let me go to educator. So this Chalk Radio is an MIT OCW podcast inspired by MIT, and it takes various interviews, and many faculty members they come online and share their experiences of innovative teaching, and share their stories of how they were able to use, and what are the pitfalls and what are the issues and successes they have shared, that is shared in this Chalk Radio. So the power of OER by Professor Mary Rowe. I hope you will be able to hear it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, madam.
Chalk radio that you are explaining, no, sir?
Yes, madam.
Yes, sir. Explain.
So this is the
Power of OER.
yes, power of OER with Professor Mary Rowe and Elizabeth Seller, and the explanation about the podcast is available. Yesterday we have seen Audacity, how we can create audio files using Audacity, and likewise you can create and edit, and here the resources can be shared using social networking sites like Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, and through email.
Twitter.
And we can get the URL also, and we can post it in our LMS, maybe Moodle, Nomio, or Canvas, or Google Classroom. And you need not have the complete podcast. You can start from a particular location where you want, and also you can embed this into your LMS. You can just copy the embed code, and you can come to just copy the embed code, I come to the course on Nomeo. I have created a course. The categories are there. So this is the first one. I add a page. Under page content, I need to embed. So now I'm able to play this. So likewise, I just copied from the MIT portal and I just brought it to the. So this is how you can embed Chalk Radio podcast and share it with your learners. So this is embed code. And recast, say suppose it is running for 15 minutes and I don't want the complete, so this is running for 17 minutes. I don't want the complete portion of it. I want only a particular portion. So let me just move this slider and I can choose whether I want 30 seconds, 90 seconds. So likewise, I can just move it. And this portion, so this portion alone I need. And just a clip, I can trim the audio. This facility is useful for sharing materials among the faculty members, because the students, for them, maybe in an advanced version, as they come to the second year and third year, they may share their educational practices. So this facility is available for a trimming of audio of the podcast shared by various faculty members. So now I can download it, and it is downloaded as .mp4. So this is around 2 minutes. So sorry, 2 minutes 45 seconds. Sorry, 1 minute 45 seconds. The content is. So this is the recasted audio version. I can share this also.
Sir, excuse sir, is there any limit for the duration of the audio, sir? After trimming and all.
Limit means they have given only 30 seconds, 60 seconds, 90 seconds, madam.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
If you want the complete one and make a more professional one, maybe you can download the complete thing.
Yes, sir.
And you can edit it in Audacity.
Okay. Parts, into number of parts.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And we can subscribe it. So when you want a complete thing, maybe 17 minutes, you can trim it not for seconds. You can have it for 5 minutes. Means just download the MP3. Download it.
Yes, sir. It is appearing.
These are the materials I was planning to share with you. The introduction to OER is the PowerPoint which we are seeing, and what are the other rubrics related to achievement, that is rubrics related to OER, how a OER material can be measured, whether the OER is good quality, whether the OER can be shared with the students. So there is a overload of information in this era. So as a faculty, you need to help the students to find the right content. Otherwise, the misinformation and false information may reach the students.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We will simplify and
So this rubric will help you to find out which OER material is good based on 8 indicators. And the other material is, so this is the, so please remind me, I will just share with you the other resources available, the tools for finding OER, for understanding OER, things like that. So
sure, sir.
the
Sure,
steps
sir.
I want to have is divided into 4 parts. One is the introduction part we have completed. Then is the copyright and the basics of copyright. Other one is how to find and use OER and how to create OER. So the complete lecture we have seen the 1 hour part as a introduction, and next we'll see the other 3 aspects: the copyright, the licenses, and where to find and how to create our own OER. So having downloaded, now I can use it in Audacity. So I just type, okay, I think my system, yeah, it has. So the complete track is available. And from here, I can just copy, select certain things, remove certain things, and create my own and export my own WAV or MP3 and other outputs. So likewise, you can bring all the content from the Chalk Radio page, and you can edit and you can share with your colleagues. So this is Chalk Radio. I'm coming back to MIT. So this is Open Courseware Educators Portal. It helps teachers to find out content. There are various subjects that are listed below. So you can just scroll down, and based on your topic, your domain area, you can select and find out the right resource. Under media, various types of course content are available, like assignments, audio video lectures, and images, online textbooks, projects are available. Let me select assignment, and various courses and the course codes are there and the level at which it is offered. So 2011, 2013. This is for a course Technologies for Creative Learning. So they are explaining about the Scratch project. Scratch project is helping learners to understand and develop the skill of coding. So various materials are available. I wanted to show another material. So this is another course. I think I have missed the course which I planned to show you. Anyway, so likewise you have the complete course, the course page, home page, and it is under license. What license it is? CC BY license, and the courtesy and the author's name is given. Introduction to Doing Research in Media Arts and Science, that is the course that is offered in MIT by Dr. V. Michael Bau, and this is the course code that was taught in 2011. This course was taught, and the syllabus for the course, 2 hours per session and 1 session per week is allotted for this class. The reading material. So based on various topics and the reading materials are shared. Assignments. And finally, you can download the complete course material as a standalone package. Suppose the students, most of the students of yours may not have a complete electricity or forget about a good internet connectivity. So in that sense, how the students can access the material shared maybe from MIT OCW is, you can just download this complete package and it comes as a zipped material. The students can be given in a pen drive or through at one time they can just download it into their machine, and once this is done they can unzip it. Let me just take it to the folder. And I can just open it. I'm able to get the complete content as I'm seeing in my internet enabled system. This is how the students will be able to see the complete content. That is, actually it is played from the system. You can see here, I hope you are seeing the URL portion. It is not taken from the internet, it is taken from the D drive, the folder in which I have shared. I have copied and pasted this zipped file. Whereas this material, you can see here, it is connected to the internet and connected to the server for MIT OCW. But if I want, I can download it and give it as a standalone package. This is what I want to share. Coming to the educators portal, and he is Professor Gilbert Strang, who teaches linear algebra for more than 44 years, and is an interview about his thoughts about use of OER, sharing materials, and how teachers can engage students by asking questions, asking and facilitating interactivity and thinking along with them. That is shared. I hope you are able to hear the audio. Please, someone can tell me.
Sir, not clear, sir. Audio is not that clear, sir.
You are not hearing the audio, sir?
Yes, sir. We are not hearing the audio, sir.
Okay, sir. Let me.
So, a commenter even noted
now
that
it is
this
now
is
it is
not
It is
clear,
clear,
sir.
sir.
Now it is clear,
Thank you very
sir.
much, sir.
Now it is audible.
well. You have a lot of followers of your 1806 videos, and I'll read this quote to you. A commenter even noted that this is not lecture, this is art.
Gosh, okay. Well, if you're going to ask what's my system, I have none. Um, I guess, well, first I like students and I want to help. And maybe the key point is to think with them. That, not to just say, okay, here it is, listen up. I think through the question all over again as they do. And you have to give time. You can't zip through a proof because this class has to be sort of thinking with you. And that's, that's my thought. I don't know if I achieve it, but I think it's the goal.
One of our users on OCW noted that during lectures you sometimes ask rhetorical questions or maybe feign confusion as a way
Feign
to
confusion. I'm confused.
Are you?
Well,
Okay.
no. Well, no, it's probably true. That's maybe part of not rushing through it, but getting this. So I'll pause at the critical point maybe, and you have to give time to see, okay, what's the next step. It's mathematics is beautifully ordered and sensible and logical, and linear algebra is not too difficult, but still you can't rush. You have to sort of see the idea a few times. First, maybe on the board as symbols, but not everybody picks up on symbols. Then you say, what does it mean? And then finally you say, why is it true? But you don't say, why is it true? Give the proof. The very first step. Yeah, you want to make people think, yeah, it is true. Right.
Others have noted that you do this thing where you display your own thinking kind of on the spot as you work through problems.
Yeah.
Is there ever a risk in that for you?
Oh, yes. And it happens that I lose the thread, or I come up to a dead end where I don't know what I'm supposed to do next. But generally, especially in 1806, the basic linear algebra course that many people have watched, there I kind of get it okay. Yeah, I've taught it enough times to have a good chance of getting it right.
Is this a strategy that you developed over time? Lots of people are nervous to do that, to make themselves vulnerable in front of a large lecture class like that. But you're working problems in real time and demonstrating what happens when you hit a dead end.
Well, that's okay, because students are going to hit dead ends, so it seems to me it's okay for me to get stuck too, and then they see, oh, okay, maybe this is the way to get out of that corner. So essentially, I think the thing is, I like students, I like math, and putting them together is just the best job in the world.
Let's talk about humor for a second.
Okay.
You've been known to say things like, keep things in their Gauss-given order, and
I see.
other really funny things that people just love. So what's the role of humor in your teaching?
Well, which is what I'm saying here is maybe the key point is to make it human. You know, you're a person. Like the student is a person. The book isn't quite a person, but it was written by a person, and to see that it's just like a natural thing to do. Yeah.
So one of our users was thinking about how you teach complex material, how you convey it in ways that are comfortable for students. And the user was wondering, how do you know when to go into detail and when not to?
I suppose I try to think it through once again, and that then you sort of automatically see the word, you recognize what words you need to use and what the steps are. Yeah, if you're not thinking it yourself, then you're probably going too fast and not connecting with the thinking of the class.
And how do you connect with the thinking of the class when it's such a large lecture hall and everyone's at a different point in their understanding?
That's probably true, and of course you don't know what everybody's thinking in that class. But overall, if you stay sort of conscious of the class, conscious of where they are, that's, I think, the thing for any speaker, is to be conscious of the audience and not just of A-B inverse. Yeah.
What else would you like to add about teaching 1806 linear algebra?
Well, with 1806, of course, I'm just so recently open courseware, which I think was just such a great idea. Great idea for MIT, great idea for faculty. So they did a count of the number of viewers in 1806, and it was 10 million, which was like, whew, I never expected. But I do get nice, really nice messages from all over the world, and I reply to them as far as I can. Sometimes they'll ask, what's the good way to learn math? And I don't know if I have an answer for that. But anyway, I'm trying to be encouraging. So, yeah, it's been wonderful. Yeah, just having the video lectures available allows everybody to be in the class. Yeah. So thank you all for joining the class. Thank you.
So this is Professor Gilbert Strang and his experience with teaching the subject linear algebra.
Very nice, sir. Very nice video, sir. Thank you.
Very inspiration.
Informative, sir. Very informative, sir.
Yeah, how engaging, and in this age also, he's saying he's losing the thread. So sometimes we may not be in a particular class fully 100% in our efficient way. So he says sometimes he comes to a dead end, and maybe he thinks with the student and solve the issue. So that's a great part of a teacher. I don't know whether professor is available now also.
And he's willing to, everybody will be in the class, sir. He's asking to everybody to be in the class.
Correct. Yes. Yes,
very excellent, sir. Nice.
And let me go to the educator portal, and so here time to time many insights will be shared under this OCW educators portal. So like faculty members, how they are using the classroom space, especially in this COVID period, and what are the other materials that is shared by faculty members. So you can, for your learning to begin with, you can see certain courses and you can get valuable learning from these courses. And how to find a course, you can just go as a topic wise. I have shown you. You select the topic, maybe mathematics. and the subtopic is probability and statistics. So under probability and statistics, such a wide variety of content is there. Let me go for the latest one, 2016, computational thinking and data science. Fantastic one. So probability theory and learning. So there are various courses, and this is how you can select a course and you can access that, or you can download it into your system and share it with your students who don't have the continuous internet facility. So coming back to the wiki page, we were back with the history where Wikipedia is also a part of OER, and we are learning about the basics, introduction, and the history of OER. And this was started in 2001, as Professor said. And coming to UNESCO in 2002, they created a forum and on the impact of OCW for higher education, and Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. They have a Center for Educational Research and Innovation, and they also published vital materials when it comes to giving knowledge for free, and different players are there. And in 2012, there was a first OER Congress was held in Paris. They call it as Paris OER Declaration. At the fag end of the Congress, they had this declaration, and what are the policies when it comes to institutional support were also given. And it is also in second Congress was held in Ljubljana, Slovenia. It was held in 2018, very recently. 2018, second World Conference of OER was held in Ljubljana, Slovenia, and they were able to map it with the achievements of 2030 Sustainable Development Goals of quality and lifelong learning, so lifelong education. So till here we have just iterating that, and there are two professors. I think this is a professor who was dismissed from service because he created a material, a learning. So this is the, I think he's the performer, and there is a professor I saw. Yes, so this is the university, and this happened in Germany. And what happened, students who could not get into the elite organization, he created a learning management system, and he started to enroll those students who were rejected for admission. And when the university came to know that, they dismissed him from service, and this happened in 1967. And he still continued. Only thing is, it became a political movement, and he started the free university. And this is the small anecdote related to that. And this is very important. This is the main purpose I wanted to show this wiki page. What are the advantages and disadvantages? Beautifully written, expanded access to learning. So accessibility is there, anywhere, anytime accessible. Modify to ability to modify course content. So we can customize it according to our goal, according to our context. And enhancement of course material. If we have a video, we can have support text material or other infographics related to that video material. So different styles of learnings can be facilitated. And the fourth one is rapid dissemination of information. So textbooks or any e-content can be quickly made available to students, but in our case, maybe in India, in our rural environment where 60-65% of the students are coming from a rural background, it's really difficult due to the infrastructure. Maybe in coming days it will improve. And last is the cost of saving for students. So they need not buy a hard copy of the textbook. They can have the soft copy, and they can
Sir,
use it in the
excuse me, sir. Appropriate slide is not visible, sir.
Okay, so
Only MIT open course.
visible, sir?
Now it is visible, sir.
Okay.
Now it is visible, sir.
Okay, sir. So I was speaking about the advantages of OER, expanded access to learning, ability to modify course material, enhancement of course material, a rapid dissemination of information, and cost saving of students. All these are related to the advantage of OER. When it comes to the disadvantage of OER, we have the quality question is there, because many faculty members, many people who think they have knowledge or who have knowledge, and they create a substandard material, means then who is going to vet it, who is going to evaluate it? All those things are questionable, and this is a very debatable topic, whether we can use the OER, whether it is up to the mark, the quality is up to the mark. All those things are there. And the limitations of copyright is that some materials are available on the internet for free use, as well as they may be giving it for other purposes also. So in that case, there may be clash of copyright licenses. The privileges may not match if certain restrictions are given for the usage. So such limitations is a disadvantage for OER. And use of technology, some students don't have the hardware to access the material which is provided under the OER umbrella. When it comes to the different types of licensing, this is the second part of our OER material. We have a video. Let me see whether the audio is playing or not.
Turning a resource into an open educational resource, or OER.
Can you hear it?
Yes, sir, we can hear.
Imagine what you could create if you had access to a wealth of resources that could be used by anyone, anytime, anywhere. This film shows you how to embed an open license, like a Creative Commons license, into your open educational resource, or OER, and the types of rights and licensing issues that you will need to consider. Step 1. Gather together the digital resources you are going to use in your OER. Inside the box are lots of wonderful things like images, letters, manuscripts, diaries, photographs, paintings, sculptures, sound recordings of songs, lectures or speeches, and films. Step 2. Find out who has created the resources you have gathered together. This might include students, freelancers, artists, photographers, academics, filmmakers, authors, or songwriters. Step 3. Decide how open you want your resource to be. You will need to think about balancing the ability of users of your OERs to freely use and possibly repurpose your resource against any possible concerns you may have about the possible loss of control of your resource. You may wish to consider how you might achieve this by using a Creative Commons license for content and open source licenses for software or code. Step 4. Seek permission from all the rights holders to use their content. You need to gain permission from any rights holders, which allows you to use and license your OER under the terms of the specific Creative Commons license that you have chosen. Step 5. But what if you can't trace the rights holder? You will need to make some important decisions. You might like to use the OER IPR Support Risk Management Calculator to help you. Your options might include: do not use the work and find something else, or develop risk management strategies to deal with the orphan works. More about these issues can be found at the end of this film. Step 6. Create metadata about your OER. The metadata may include information such as the author, the date created, or the license terms. Step 7. Add the metadata and license you have chosen to your OER. There are lots of ways to do this, but the most important is to make sure that the information is readable or visible in the OER. Go to the Creative Commons license picker on the Creative Commons website, select your license, and add your information or metadata. Then copy and paste the image onto your slides or the code into your web page. You can try other things too, such as embedding license and associated metadata records, but adding a visible license to your content is the most important one. You can find out more about embedding a Creative Commons license into your OER at the end of this video. Step 8. Track the use of your OER. This can help you to learn about how people are using your resource and how you might be able to improve it in the future. You can find out more about tracking your OER at the end of this video. Step 9. Look forward to the possibility of lots of happy people using your OER. They might be viewing it online, sharing it, teaching others with it, or even using it to help them make their own OERs. And that's it. Once you've learnt the ropes, it's not as difficult as it may sound, and you'll be able to produce OERs which are properly licensed and which benefit many people. So good luck!
So here you are able to see the OER
Yes, sir.
IPR support project for calculating the
Management
management, and I just tried this URL, and you can also, the next one is for tracking. So this is how to create and choose your own CC license, embedding your CC license into material. The next one is tracking, so you can track your OER, but in a sense this is limited also. It is like use of the analytics and the click data. So it's a project right. So this is an introduction about steps to create different types of CC licenses. The CC licenses are let me
Sir, your voice is not able to hear, sir.
Yes, madam. Yes, madam. So you are able to see the screen on
Yes, sir.
Creative
Yes, sir.
Commons,
Wikipedia. Yes, sir.
and there are different types of public copyright
Creative
licenses. One among
Commons.
them is the CC license,
Yes, sir.
and this is related to the open education and the concepts related to OER. How to use CC license, how to apply the CC license into our content. There are various videos attached to it, and different types of CC license are explained here. So as you can see here, the most open is the public domain license. The logo for the public domain license will be C/, and the opposite for that is the all rights reserved. This is usually we see which is least open. So we start with the public domain license, where any material that is put on the public domain can be used for any purpose. It can be used for commercial, new derivatives can be done, new mashups and remixing can be done. All the privileges are available under the public domain license. And coming to the sharing, once you want to share a material, you can apply the next level of CC license. That is the first level of CC license is CCO or CC/BY. So the CC/BY is giving the privilege of sharing, remixing, and commercial use when it comes to CC/BY license. And the third one is CC/BY-SA, share alike license, which gives the permission to share our output or our derivatives under the same license of the original source. Say suppose we are taking a video which is released under the CC/BY-SA license. So when we edit that video and we dub it in a different language into our local vernacular language and release it for our students, means we can release the content that is edited, the derivative work can be released only under the original license version, that is CC/BY-SA. So the reason why is we are building our knowledge, we are building our learning based on the works others have shared. So it is our right, it is our duty to share the same resource for the benefit of the general public. So with that notion and philosophy, they are saying that you need to share the derivative work under the share alike version part. Next comes the CC BY NC, which stands for non-commercial, which gives the privilege of sharing and remixing. You can remix, but you cannot make commercial use of the material. And the more stricter version is the CC BY NC SA, which gives the option to use it as a Creative Commons material, but any derivative work you need to share the same derivative work under the original source. So until here, we call it as open educational resources. The last more restrictive CC licenses don't come under the OER materials like CC BY ND. ND means no, derivatives, that is no derivatives, and CC BY NCND. This is the most strict CC license, which gives only the share option and not the remixing. So on the left, you can see here the 5 Rs and the 5 R permissions for use of OER. And sorry, to the left, you see the 5 R permissions of OER. To the right, we have the different logos pertaining to the different levels of CC license. So this is the explanation given, and different icons that stand for different purposes. We have BY for attribution, SA for share alike, NC for non-commercial, and ND for no derivatives. Coming back to other aspects, so OER policy is there. I'm not touching about it. So how to apply a CC license? So I go to the CC license. And I want to create a license for my work. Suppose a video, YouTube video I'm uploading and want to copy and paste. In YouTube itself, this facility is available. You can choose from YouTube itself. Say suppose an image is there, you can go to creativecommons.org, under which you can share your work. So you need to choose the features and the options and get your license. So it asks me only few questions. Allow adaptation of your work to be shared? Yes. Yes, as long as others share alike. So see here, when I choose yes, it becomes CC BY. No means no derivatives. So this equal to symbol says it is no derivative. Yes, but some restriction or share alike means CC BY SA. If I want to allow commercial use of work, if I say yes, nothing is there. If I say no, the NC more stricter version is available. So now haven't chosen, you can go for the other attributions, help others attribute yours. But this part is optional for filling like the metadata, which was said in the video. You can have some metadata related to the work. So the title of the work, you can give like OER infographics, an attributed work, the URL, you can give the URL, source URL. Suppose I'm taking the source from a Flickr portal, I can get the source URL, more permissions. So likewise, I can choose what type of material it is, what is the format, it's an image. And if I want the HTML plus RDF, I can choose this, or XMP, or offline. So different varieties, I can copy the mark, the license mark I can take. So this is HTML. And once this is done, I can choose a normal icon or a compact icon, and I can just copy it and embed this code. I just copy this and embed this code in my learning management system where I'm using the OER material. So this is the way we can copy and paste the license from the portal Creative Commons. And coming to what are the do's and don'ts, how a good material can be chosen, what are the good materials, what are the best practices for attribution. So you can see here the ideal attribution how can be made, what is the pretty good attribution, what is incorrect way of attribution, how a slight modification material can be attributed, how a derivative work can be attributed. Suppose I am using multiple source and mashing up means what type of attribution I can use. So here I suppose this screen is visible.
Visible, sir.
Yes, sir.
Are you able to see the CC best practices for attribution?
No, sir.
No,
No,
sir.
sir. No, sir.
Selected licenses help others attribution.
Yes, ma'am. So the best practices for attribution, how to attribute a CC license. So this is the way. There is an image, a pancake is there, and it is all having the stickers of CC label. And this is how the ideal attribution has to be. It has the title, it has the author, and it has the source, and it has the license. So it is CC BY version 2. Right now it is version 4 is available, and also links are given. So just they are checking whether it has title, yes, author's names, yes, and source, whether from where this source is there. If I click, it will be taken to the source. So it is, the source is Flickr platform, which is a photo sharing site. Likewise, if you are sharing a YouTube, it will be taken to the YouTube channel. So all the 4 things are there. This is the ideal way to attribute under the CC license. Pretty good attribution is the short form is there. We have the photo, and the title is missing actually, but it should be like this. This is the ideal one. And the incorrect one is that it says the photo is in Creative Commons, but no attribution is given. The author's name, the source name, and the license are completely missing. So this is the incorrect way of attributing. So suppose I have a slight modification. The color photo is modified into black and white. So I can have the same thing. I say that same title and the same author and the same type of license, but here the license is changed to CC BY, and it is given a tag like desaturated from original, just for helping others to understand that this is a derivative work. And for derivative work, so color photo, they have applied a filter. The filter is called 90fied. So they have given the title also 90fied, and that they are saying it is a derivative work, and the original work title is this one. It's Creative Commons 10th birthday celebration in San Francisco by the author. And if I want to know the author and his works, if I click it, it will be taken to the author. So this is Timothy Wollmer, and he's the original author or creator of the, and this is his page in Flickr where he has shared other CC license photos. So pretty photos they have shared this author. So I'm coming back, and we have the CC license, and it says 95 is licensed under CC BY. So this is a good way of giving attribution to the work that is derived. The last one, how to attribute for multiple sources, for material from multiple sources. So some portion from Wikipedia, and they are giving that in a different way, and it is like CC attribution general license 2, and here it is general license 3 they have given from Khan Academy. So different sources they are giving in one page itself, but also giving the due attribution for multiple authors. So whether they have the title, specified works are named, example box and whisker plot. So they have the box and whisker plot, specified options are given. See here the link is given, box and whisker plot. The name of the YouTube video that is used here in this blog is also given, and the author's name, yes, it is given, Khan Academy. The source is Khan Academy Statistics, and the original work is linked. Yes, they have the hyperlink. The license, yes, they have the license, and
So
lastly, it is clear which attribution belongs to which work. So yes, madam.
Sir, that blue color highlight is there, no sir, when you are explaining
Yes.
that? Yes sir, yes sir.
Yes, madam.
This is indicating this total author's details, sir, that highlighted one.
This is about the title, madam.
Title. Okay, sir.
This is
Thank you.
title.
Okay.
This is author.
Okay.
Likewise, I think I forgot to highlight the blue one. So I
Okay,
think
sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank
stopped
you.
with here. Thanks for reminding, madam. So
Thank you, sir.
lastly, we have the different sources. One is from sailor.org. The introduction to statistics course page is also given, and the attribution from different sources are given. And the 4 criteria they want is the title, the author name, source, and license. Okay. So these are the best ways to give CC attribution. And coming to the demonstration, let me go for the last part. I want to demonstrate to you how to access
licenses.
Okay, so there is a portal called OER World Map. So you can just type, let me close this. I suppose you are able to see the complete screen. I'm just typing OER World Map. And this gives the complete data about institutions and people and projects working in OER and their works, their practices. You can have an access about it. So let me create a login. I forgot for the class, I thought I was logged in.
Even in Telugu also we are having that, sir.
Ma'am?
Even in Telugu also they have given, sir.
Oh, this OER map, madam?
Yes, sir.
Very good.
World map in Telugu also it is appearing.
Very good, ma'am. Very good. Okay, I am not receiving. Let me create a new one.
Only register. Okay, sir.
Yes, ma'am. So I need to go to my email, just refresh it. I get a confirmation and just click to visit the OER page. Oh, now they have made it as an email. I need to send an email and the subject line has to have is okay. Let me check whether I am able to use my login. So this is the way to explore. There are 16 ways. The first is organization. What are the group of people who are sharing their material? It can be universities, corporations, associations, and others. And services, permanently available offerings that provide functionality and value to users, persons, individuals sharing and who are in the OER community. Projects, events, stories, their practices. What are the tools? Publications like websites, blogs, videos, audio format, and the regulations, and what are the strategies for creating and using OER. And finally, they have just a click on data to see all its association information. So this is the 11th one. And this is our pin switch. This is an essential for navigation and offering two different views of the world map. This one gives the hide and show of the pin, and when they are hidden you can click on the country and access their data. And this is where the pins are hidden. When the pins are hidden, you can select a specific country and its region, and here is how it is done. So you can see here there is a pin, and they are just hovering over the area. And this area is add. As an OER world map user, you can add and modify data, and it can be edited, and you can add your own contribution here. You can find recent activities under this tab. So this is a quick tour of OER world map. So when I want to see MIT, let me go for the map. I choose this location, maybe Canada. So under Canada, there are 38, 37, 31, 23 different types of projects available. Let me type MIT OCW. Under find, I think I have to find for the organizations, persons, the services, different publications, projects, and policies. When I click the lighthouses, these are the main players. Like we have seen Creative Commons, Open Education Consortium, and this is another Lumen institution. MIT OCW is there, OER Commons, OER Hubs, and different MOOC on OER and SWAYAM. So this is also available, and it is offered by NITTTR Chennai SWAYAM project from July 29th to August 29th. So our project is also available, and I don't know whether who has created this. I forgot actually. long back I have created when the first version was offered. My name is there.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, madam. And these are the Massachusetts MIT project, OER project. This is added by NITTTR Chennai. It was created in 2 months before this was created. So likewise, you can select the organizations, projects. So 9 entries are there. Let me clear all. I can filter out different projects from this OER map. The most beautiful thing is the map. So when I click here, Canada, maybe US have more projects. And where is San Francisco? This is California. It has 85 projects. Okay, now I am able to see this. So individually, when I hover my mouse, I can get the project name and the details. This is a project OER Research Hub. The details are available. You can give a like. So from this world map, OER map, I am taken to all the major OER projects and materials that are available. So this is from OER Education Hub. I can learn about the works of this OER Hub. I come back to once again the map. I go to map.
You are asking for San Francisco, sir.
Yeah, San Francisco. Which location, madam? San Francisco, where it will be? Any idea?
No, sir. Maybe right top.
I suppose here only. Anyway, you can just see those dots are major projects. It can be a university, it can be a
It
person.
will be on the west side, sir. West side of United States.
West, sir?
Yeah.
Okay.
Near California and all.
It's a good thing.
Still a little bit higher.
Yeah.
San Francisco. Yeah, beautiful. See how many. These are big projects. I don't know why I'm fascinated by San Francisco. I thought one project. So 3 projects are available here.
That
Nothing familiar name comes. Internet Archive is, I have heard about it. Yeah, this one is a 96 version. Yeah. So I have heard long back before. Okay, I want one thing. I suppose I went for San Francisco for MIT Merlot. Sorry, it's not MIT. It is Merlot. Let me just check whether Merlot is there. 19 location it shows. Okay, list I go. Merlot Chile is there. So MIRLOT stands for Multimedia Educational Resource for Learning and Online Teaching. It's a free and open virtual community aiming at promoting the interest of professional students and administrators in higher education. And this is for Chile. This is South America, but I want the US version. Yeah, here it is there. So this is the website. Yeah, it is in San Francisco, California.
learning and online teaching also, sir.
Yes, madam. Very good resource repository.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
So, thanks for your patience, madam. I don't know how much engaging it is, but still you are with us. It is facilitated by Open Educational Consortium, and this is the pioneer. We can say the Pitamaha for OER. This portal.
Yes, sir.
A lot of portals have come, and from here you can go to the website. And you can create credentials. Right now I haven't I have 3 credentials. I forgot the password, so I don't want to log in now. So it supports remote teaching and learning during the COVID. And I'm searching for statistics. I get a wide variety of statistics material, and you can see the peer review and the user rating. This is a criteria for assessing the quality of the content, and this one is measured as a good one. It is from Passion Driven Statistics. Applied Statistics with R, given 2 stats. So you can just click the dashboard. You will be taken into the material. If you want to go to the exact material, you can click, and it will be giving a. So you are taken to a new material, Applied Statistics with R. It's a PDF material of around 417 pages. And it's a good material for me, from my perspective, interested in statistics as well as in R and Python. I think this one will be very much helpful for my learning. So likewise, you can find out good resources. So we started with the OER world map, and once I have logged in,
for this also we have to register ourselves, sir, to log into that Merlot.
Yes, madam. It will be good, madam, if you register.
Thank you, sir. Definitely,
useful for faculty members. So you will be given mails.
Oh, nice.
I think it has to be verified, otherwise I cannot log in. Because a lot of people, they may edit it and they may be inaccurate. So in order to stop that, I think they have created a tougher credential creation. So from here you can go for the map and you can click this and see the dots. So in India, maybe we will see what are the OER projects. One is associated with OER Research Hub. Both are OER Research Hub. Most of the OER activities are happening in US and Canada. Yes, madam. So you can just, suppose this one is not visible, you can just click it and you can click the option. So this is, yeah, this is Los Angeles. I think this is also under San Francisco, Los Angeles, California, everything coming under. So this is what I want to find out. So where is the MIT OCW or OER Commons? OER Commons. Maybe these projects, they have created branches, so they might have imported some content and modified it and using it. That's why it is all reflecting the OER Commons. OER Commons is also a very good portal which helps in finding and creating your own material.
OER comments. Let's collaborate.
Well, what time I can go? What is the time? Actually, in it is 4:45.
Sir, not like that, sir. Actually, we have to fill that feedback form also, sir, in this session.
Okay.
Madam may.
I'm sorry. This also, I think I have forgotten. Anyway, no problem. Without login, I'll just show you how this OER common is used. So here we can explore, we can find the resources, we can create resources, and we can collaborate resources. And madam has just reminded me about the feedback also. So let me be more precise. So when it comes to finding, like in OER world map, here also you can type the content you want and just typing statistics. And from here I can select based on the stars and the ratings that is given. I can select the content. The type of license is also mentioned here, which helps me whether I'm going to use it for non-commercial purpose, whether I'm going to edit and derive new content, and in that case under what license I can release my derived work is also given. So this is from Khan Academy. I click Z statistics and T statistics, and this is a valuable resource in OER. Now I can use this, I can share it in my Google class also. Just I click Google class.
Sir, excuse, sir.
Yes, madam.
Sir, about these licenses, are these lifetime licenses or what, sir? Once we took that.
The author has the perpetual rights, madam. he can change the license. Not it, this is not once, he can change it also, but mostly they will the purpose of using the CC license is to have a win-win situation, not only the author but also the user. The author gets more popularity and visibility by sharing his work, and the
Yes, sir.
user will be benefited by having good access to quality content.
Okay, okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Some licenses are perpetual, but maybe
Okay,
midway he can change. The author has the rights to change it to a different type of CC license also.
okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So from here I can integrate this material, that is OER material, into my class. So I have a class FTP 67, 2 weeks program and 1 week program we have. Let me share it as an announcement, and I click go, and I say, dear delegates, an OER material is shared for your perusal. Now, so I have done it, and I can post it also. So when I go to my class, Google class, my delegates who are present in this 2 weeks and 1 week program will be able to see. So add meet to your Google class. So this is a new one. I suppose you are seeing my screen.
Yes,
So I
sir.
can generate Google Meet also, and it is like an announcement. The introduction is there and the material is there, through which the students from my Google
Class.
Google class can access this material. And likewise, I can go to the Khan Academy resource. I'm going to the source. So this is the source. I suppose the login has to work here. Yes. So I have logged in using my personal email, and from here I can assign to the Google class. So from Khan Academy also I can integrate with my Google class. So in this ID I have 3 classes, FTP 12, FTP 20. So I can choose the class and I can assign this work, and let me assign to all the students. So there are so many students available, and this work was created maybe two months before this course was offered. So now I am assigning this work to the Google class delegates of FTP 20. Once it is assigned, I can go to my settings, and just cross verifying whether I have the permission. Yeah, my Google account is connected with Khan Academy. So this email ID is connected with the Khan Academy. And if it is not, you need to connect. Say for example, for Facebook and Apple, I need to connect my ID. My email ID is default is visible. So once it is done, I can go to the teacher's dashboard, and I can see for FTP 17 participants, I can see the students and their assignment. So different assignments is given, and the score also.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, madam.
Sir, this Khan Academy is used for what, sir? To browse the material of. Actually, this is used for what?
Khan Academy is also a open educational portal.
Okay.
So when you type Khan Academy, it gives free online courses, lessons, practices, especially for technical teachers like us. Students may not understand from school the basic concepts, so their concept, their understanding may be weak in that sense. So as a parent, I think I'm seeing my children's name. So this is parent resource. So when you go to Khan Academy, you can see from class 1 to class 12 resources are available, and for math they have a special courses, and based on the subject what you teach, you can choose the learning material. Say for example, we had animation, so for animation we used a resource from Khan Academy, and we imported and integrated to our Google class. So from here, from this portal itself, I can offer assignments, I can give announcements, I can share materials, and track my delegates progress.
Directly from here, we can import work to Google Classroom, sir.
Come again, madam.
Directly from this Khan Academy, we can upload any material to Google Classroom.
uh, you have to integrate, madam. So from once you create a login, you can go to settings.
Okay.
And under the linked accounts, you can see the 4 options: Google, Facebook, Apple, and email. You
Okay.
have to connect this. So when you click disconnect, it will be disconnected, and you can connect login, and that Google account will be displaying all the Google classrooms that you have created.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Once it is done, then you can import students into Khan Academy. So Khan Academy will is having a space and act as a LMS. It will give you emails about the progress, the student submission, everything.
Okay, sir. Okay.
So you can
Thank you,
go
sir.
to the teacher's dashboard, and you can see the progress of students. So as I said, animation and presentation technique, 22 participants were enrolled. So I did not enter their email, not even one. I just
Okay.
imported from, once I connected, it got automatically imported from Google Class. Yesterday we have seen how we did the integration with the Edpuzzle.
Yeah.
Likewise, you can do it for Khan Academy.
So morning also I tried with the quiz.com, sir. I was able to import students from Google Classroom directly.
Very good, madam.
Oh, thank you, sir.
So I haven't tried Quizzy. So the second tool explained by Dr. Dinesh Kumar sir, Quizzy, I think it is facilitating integration with Google Class. Now, can I use it in my Genomio and in my Canvas? Anybody has shown you? I want to show something new, so that okay, if you have 10 minutes time, just be alert for this 10 minutes. Okay, so now I have created a document, and let me go to the site administration, and I'm just sharing my link. I'm just going for authentication, email based authentication. Yes, it is visible. Self registration, I choose, and I save it. Now this is the website. Suppose I have pasted the website, felix.nomio.com. Just try to register. Meanwhile, I'm just demonstrating how to bring up materials, especially for the class which I have created.
Sir,
Yes,
I
yes,
have,
madam.
sir, I have one doubt, sir.
Yes, madam.
Actually, we have registered with that this thing and all.
Ah.
And whatever subject you are expert, you can share any subject, sir, or only.
Can you come again, madam? What's your question, madam?
Now you are sharing that animation work to that students.
Yes, madam.
Regarding animations and all, you have submitted that to the students, sir.
Okay, madam.
If you want to submit one more subject, any other subject, you have that freedom to post, sir, any subject, not.
Yes, madam. You suppose I have chosen, let me go for courses. Let me go for statistics.
Yes, sir.
Normal distribution. So this assign, you can click assign.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And it will be assigned. So this one you can see just now. Today I have assigned, and this is the action. I can edit the action. So this is for FTP 20.
Yes,
October
sir.
Due date is 23rd. All the students. And time and save.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If I want to delete, I can select delete. That is deleted.
Yes,
if
sir.
I want some other material from some other subject,
Irrespective of the course, can you submit, sir?
anything. If I want max
Anything.
and Hindi,
For example, I am a physics teacher or you are a chemistry teacher, like that.
Yes.
Is there any specific subject to be registered or any subject we can deliver?
no, madam. It will just while registering Khan Academy, you can use your Google account itself.
With our subject, sir?
It will not ask any information about the subject, madam. Like in the morning, we saw whether you are a teacher or a student.
Yes,
When you
yes,
enter
sir.
Socrative, like that, it will not ask.
Okay.
It will just take all the information from Google.
That's all. Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
When you
Thank
are say, let me log out from here. I don't have a. So this is Sal Khan. He did everything out of free, and they have a very limited resource. Are you able to hear the video, audio?
No, sir. No, sir.
No, sir. We are not hearing, sir.
You are not hearing. Okay. Can you see the visual?
Visual also now it is coming, sir. Now it is coming.
And as we all know, we are now
hearing,
many
sir.
months into.
We are hearing.
So he resigned his job and he started to create resources way back maybe 20 years ago.
Hi everyone, Sal Khan here from Khan Academy. And as we all know, we are now many months into this whole COVID-19 crisis. And you can even see that I am clearly still giving myself a haircut with a clipper, and I'm still operating out of the walk-in closet where Khan Academy all began. And we're all operating out of our, I guess, literal or figurative walk-in closets. For those of y'all who are new to Khan Academy, we're a not-for-profit with a mission of providing a free world-class education for anyone, anywhere. And we could have never foreseen this crisis, but over the last decade plus, we've been building the types of resources that we realize are well suited to keep everyone learning, to support classrooms, to support teachers, and to support families as we're all struggling with this situation. We have Khan Academy Kids for early learners. That's math, reading, social emotional learning from pre-K all the way through kindergarten and first grade. In elementary, middle, high school, and early college, we have math, interactive exercises, teacher tools, videos. We also go into the sciences and the humanities. And so you could imagine when it started to become clear that COVID was going to significantly disrupt the global education system last spring, it's one of those moments where we kind of looked left and looked right and said, I think this is us. We have to step up. It's our duty to step up. And so we've tried to do more. Obviously, our server load has been 250, 300% of normal. We've been running webinars for teachers and parents. We've just launched Get Ready for Grade Level courses, which allow students to not just work at their grade level at their own time and pace, but make sure that they have all the prerequisites and they filled in all of their gaps pre-grade level. Those might have been gaps that they had pre-COVID, but as we know, a lot of students, unfortunately, are continuing to accumulate gaps, or some of their skills are getting stale as we go through this extended period of school closures. And as we look forward to this coming back to school season, we know that things are continuing to be extremely uncertain. And so we're going to do everything in our power to support you as we go through this very, very uncertain time, continuing to improve the content, the software, create learning plans,
And this is an introduction to Salman Khan and digital resources. Now I'm signing up.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Madam, I think you are right. Now it is asking learner, teacher, parent. I thought it is just taking the detail about us from Google, but you are 100% right and I'm wrong. It is initially it is asking learner, teacher, and parent. I select the teacher and the Google account. This part I'm right, and I create a login. I suppose yes, that's all. Welcome to Khan Academy. Now I have my course. Let me create a Google course. Let me share this tab. Let me create fastly a Google course, Google Classroom.
Sir, I'm sorry, sir. I have that doubt. That's why I asked, sir.
Okay, madam. No issue, madam. Telangana State Faculty Training
SBTET, sir. Telangana SBTET. SBTET. Yes, sir.
The room is CEMT. Create. So once it is created, let me just share the link.
Yes, sir.
Copy the link, paste it here, and just see whether you are able to share, come to the class. So I'm just waiting for at least one to join. Okay, so as you are joining, this is my Khan Academy tab.
Yes, sir.
And, this is how it will be. And if I want to offer you a course on statistics, which I like, I click statistics. Okay, so let me stop it. So this is the class.
Yes, sir.
I can add my new class. Let me go to settings and everything is fine.
All these 60 students, you can,
It has, yes, madam.
all 60 students can register, no, sir? Now we are all 60 students are attending your class, no, sir?
Yes, definitely, madam. They
Yes,
can
sir.
join. So here it is automatically linked with my Google account. So it helps me to share Khan Academy content to my Google Class delegates. Let
Yes, sir.
me. Yes, I have 12 participants who are still online. So thank you for joining. So you can see here 12 delegates have joined in the SP8 Telangana State SPETET training, faculty training. And now when I want to import or give a material in Khan, let me go to the teacher's account. In that, statistics, import class from Google. I connect with Google class. I choose the account and I give access to Google. So this asks me Google access is there. I give it. And from here, I select our class SP8 and import the class. So I'm importing all the faculty members in Google Classroom SP8 into Khan Academy. So now getting started, it gives me a tour, set a goal for your class. So this course mastery lets you to assign the right course for your students in your class so that each student can work at their own skill level and at their own pace. So this is individualized learning. It facilitates this. And each student gets instant feedback, fills their own learning gap and builds confidence. Add a course and select which student and which set a due date. So I click next. So this is the course I want. I can still edit the course. I can select multiple courses along with it. And then all students. So I see two gentlemen, Prabhakar Chari and Madam Sumalata. And I can give a due date and set goals. So this class is given to two students who have enrolled in Google Classroom, and the due date is also given. Likewise, I can select a particular module I select this particular module. It has a couple of videos, or I can select only the first one. And I assign it. So two students have been assigned this. Let me just refresh my settings. So I need to fill the bio. Yes, I have imported all the so Mr. Chari and Madam Sumulata have enrolled. The rest, these students will appear in your class report once they visit Khan Academy and choose sign up. So I think in their email they need to sign up in in Khan Academy, and then only it will be enabled. So these two teachers have already an account, so that's why I'm able to see their account.
Excuse me, sir. What is the code to enter, sir?
Just for Khan Academy, you can visit your email, sir. So the emails which you have joined in the Google class, no, just visit it. So let me go to the Google class. So I'm sharing my screen. I've got some.
Sir, shall I tell, sir?
Yes, madam.
Small ZA.
What is what you are telling, madam? The code, huh?
Yes, sir. The sir is asking about code, no, sir.
You can paste it in the chat box, madam.
Okay, sir.
Please
Okay.
share this class code, huh?
Yes, sir.
I will share it in here. You are seeing the share class code in Khan Academy.
Yes, sir.
This I am just copying it and sharing it in the dashboard. So you can use this code to join into the Khan Academy course created by me. Yes, all the students are highlighted now. Now from 2 we have improved to quite a lot. Still 7 has to visit their email and choose sign up. So for teacher training, Khan Academy gives special options. You can use this for K to 12 training teachers. So both in Hindi as well as in English it is there. So Teacher Academy they have said welcome to educators to Khan Academy, getting started with Khan Academy, and setting up a teacher's account, creating assignments, understanding mastery, implementing Khan Academy with students, using Khan Academy's ready to use Max lessons, and teaching remotely with Khan Academy. Stay connected with Khan. So these are the initial steps, and this is very good and essential. You have the material, so especially for Max and Science, it will be very useful. They need not create freshly the materials. All these materials are of very good quality, and many teachers from school level as well as from polytechnic level, they have integrated Khan Academy with their already existing Google Class account. And you can this one was not available right now. They have created this Khan for educators. This is a new course they have created for India. Right. So till now, what are the things we have seen? We started with the definition. And we saw how CC licenses can be used. What are the different types of CC licenses? intermittently we saw certain tools like how to create PDF from Wikipedia, how to create podcasted and recast the audio track of sharing instructors' insights from Chalk Radio in MIT OCW. We have seen how to explore and find OCW materials, MIT OCW materials, and also we have seen how we can use OER world map. I suppose I'm sharing my screen. Let me stop my screen. And now I just want to have a summary of it. So we have seen the 5 hours of OER and the different types of licenses, and what are the types of license that come under the OER license, and what are the two that doesn't come under the OER license. And we have seen the demo of OER map. So let me just go to OER map and how you can identify organizations, people, services, projects around the globe, and from there you can be connected to the OER. We have seen how Mirlot is linked, and it is a huge repository of OER. We have seen how OER commons can be used, and we can find certain resources, and that led us to Khan Academy, and how Khan Academy is facilitating the basic concepts in Max, especially in K to 12. We have seen how to integrate Google Classroom with Khan Academy, how to import our delegates from Google Class to our Khan Academy, we have seen. And after that, we have seen how to assign works, assign courses for our students in Khan Academy and see the progress and track their activity. So with this, I conclude today's session on OER. Quite a wide variety of resources we have seen and concepts we have learned. And
Yes, sir.
finally,
OER, OpenStax, Meet.
I will stop with thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you,
Have a good
madam.
day.
Thank you for staying and just guiding me along with your interactions and questions. It was very helpful for me.
Thanks a lot, sir. Thanks a lot.